In this section, we'll explain what Kickstart is. We'll look at the sections of a Kickstart file, and we'll walk through an example Kickstart file to see what some of the commands are. So let's get started. Kickstart is a feature of the Red Hat installer, Anaconda, that automates the process of installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux. The system administrator creates a text file known as a Kickstart configuration file that contains the settings used to install the new system. When a new system is installed, the location of the Kickstart file is passed as an argument to Anaconda. Instead of interacting with the user during the installation, Anaconda reads the Kickstart file and uses it to determine how to build the new system. A Kickstart configuration file can have up to 4 parts: the commands section, the packages section, and the pre and post scripts. The commands section uses Anaconda commands to define how the system will be configured. This includes storage, network, authentication, time zone, and other configurations. Software installed on the target system is determined by the packages section. It lists the package groups and individual packages to install. Optional pre and post sections define shell script code that executes before the installation begins or after it ends. Let's take a look at a sample Kickstart configuration file. Lines that begin with a number sign are comments. Use them to document your Kickstart configuration files. The order of the commands do not matter. They are parsed and interpreted by Anaconda before the installation begins. Do note that the commands section should be the first part of the configuration file, but the commands can be in any order within that section. The URL command specifies the location of the installation media, in this case a web server. An FTP server could have been used as well. The CD-ROM command is used when the installation media is a DVD. The ignore disk command tells Anaconda to only use dev.eda for the install. The clear part command clears the specified partitions, in this case all of them, before installation begins. This configuration file only partitions a single root file system, 5 GB in size. The bootloader is installed into the master boot record of dev.eda. Additional options are passed to the kernel to control how system consoles are configured. The 0mbr command tells Anaconda to initialize any disks whose formatting is unrecognized. The network command provides network information for the target system and activates network devices for the installer. This example uses DHCP, but it could also have been configured statically. The firewall command corresponds to the firewall configuration screen in Anaconda. The lang command is a required command that sets a language to use during installation. It also determines the default language of the installed system. The keyboard command is another required command that sets the system keyboard type. The time zone for this system will be set to America, New York, and the hardware clock uses UTC. The auth command configures system authentication, and the root pw command defines the initial root password. The password can be specified as clear text, or it can be encrypted when specified with the --is crypted option. The SELinux command defines the initial SELinux configuration. The services command defines the default run level state of system services. This configuration disables the first boot utility that does additional configuration when the system first boots. The reboot command tells the installer to reboot the system when it is finished. The power off and halt commands could have been used instead. The packages section defines which packages are used in the installation. The @ prefix is used to specify a package group, in this case core. The others listed, including cronny, grub2, and httpd, are individual package. A package that has a minus prefix excludes it from the installation. In this case, Plymouth will not be installed, even though it might have been a part of the core package group. The post section is a set of scripts that are executed when the installation finishes. In this case, it's a set of bash script commands that configure SSHD to allow root to log in. This code executes after Anaconda finishes installing the software packages, and it can use any of the programs or tools that were just installed. This example Kickstart config file does not have a pre section. Both the pre and post scripts are optional. All of the sections that start with a %sign must end with a %end. The command section must be first in the file. All of the others can be placed in any order, and there can be multiple pre and post sections. In this video, we introduced you to Kickstart, the feature of the Red Hat installer Anaconda that automates the process of installing. We saw that a Kickstart config file is a text file composed of 4 possible sections: commands, packages, and the optional pre and post scripts.